Welcome to the next show, LB24 Fight Talk. We've done some couple of series, and today we are in Dagenham. You know, another very important place in Dagenham. And guess what we got here? We've got Elite Ninjas, little warriors here. They've been training in the morning, and we want to talk to Diana today and find out more about what the little kids were doing today and how we can promote martial art in our community as well. So thank you, Diana, for being with us today, yeah, and you know, hopefully you're going to give us a bit of an insight to what these little kids were doing. I mean, most parents will think, well, you know, martial art should be when you're a bit more older, and you know, and you've had some kids at what age?
They start from the age of 3 years old. Our twins started when they were 2.5 because it's in the family, so we had to show everybody else the ways. They start from the age of 3, and in my class, in the Little Ninjas, I carry them on until the age of 6. And then when they get to the age of 6, then they get transitions into the junior class, you know, where it gets a lot more serious and they go for grading. So my class is martial arts based, so I teach them, you know, the basics of balance, coordination, discipline, listening,
so
and
it's all
then
kind of pre-martial art attributes.
What it is, yeah. I mean, martial arts is very traditional, as you probably know. There's a lot. Respect is a massive part of it. If you don't respect your sensei, back in the day, you used to know about it because you used to feel it. So what I try to do is take the basics of what martial arts is supposed to do, and just teach the children from the age of 3, just to make them more aware of what their body can do, what you can do, exercise. And a lot of kids, you know, these days don't really come outside because they've got games, they've got iPhones, iPads, all this stuff that we didn't have growing up. So what this is supposed to do is just show them, you know, the strength that they might have themselves. Show them, you know, if you stand with 2 feet like this, you've got balance.
Well, getting to kid to stand 20 seconds on one leg is like, you know, that's like discipline, isn't it?
It is.
You know? I mean, a lot of parents might not know that, yeah.
I think what we tend to do is actually a very popular class. It's one of our most popular, but especially when we get people walking past the class and seeing it, they're like, oh my God, what's that? And I'm like, yeah, the new Jackie Chan coming out soon. But it's literally supposed to prepare them, because we found that we had some students start at the age of 6 in the older class, and they just weren't really ready or really aware of general fitness and general, and you know, you get them to run around 3 times and they're out of breath. You think you're 6 years old, you should have a lot more. So what Little Ninjas really does is teach them the basics, make them aware of how to make a fist so they don't hurt themselves while having fun. Sometimes I'll have a whole...
You mentioned the word fun. How important is fun?
Absolutely. If it's not fun, 3-year-olds, you lost them. You lost them as soon as they walk in and take off their shoes. So fun is very important. Sometimes I have a plan in my mind for the class, and the class is just not responsive because they don't want to do that today. So I have a class sometimes where I spend 20 minutes just asking them to stand up and sit down and stand up and sit down until I know that they're in the room, until I know that they're with me, and then I can carry them through. What
days and what times do you do these classes?
The Little Ninjas at the moment we're only doing a Saturday morning because there is not enough hours in the day and days in the week. So Saturday mornings 10:30 to 11:15 in Dagenham at Beacon Heath Leisure Centre. We are looking to expand actually into Tower Hamlets in the near future. So there's plans on that. So that's when we do the class.
Fantastic. And Little Ninjas, tell us a bit about what type of martial art is it?
It's karate based, and the type of karate is Shotokan based. Obviously they don't do grading, they don't do flying back kicks, they don't, so it's literally the basics. It's different types of kicks, punches, and more balanced coordination. So that's what it is in any kind of martial arts. As long as you've got a good fist on you and you know where to punch it, you're right.
So you're looking for good champions in the future?
Definitely. I think that's the aim of the club. Take someone from the age of 3 years old and make them into champions. And I would say, you couldn't have done it without us. It was us that made you there.
Well, fantastic. This is where it's all happening in Dagenham, yeah? So if you're interested out there, just contact the club here and get involved. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
So we've got Chris here now, one of our senseis, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about what level he's at, what he's doing here, and why is this club so popular now. Yeah, we've seen the Little Ninjas, and we see some of the older kids here now. Yeah, right. So Chris, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
So I'm Sensei Chris. I'm one of the chief instructors and director at Elitez Karate Academy. I've been doing Elitez Karate Academy now. Yes, I'm a black belt. Yeah. I'm a second dan, so I've been doing karate, 26 years this year. So it's been a long time in the game. Started when I was 3. Started when I was 3 years old.
So yes. A little ninja?
Yes, and literally a little ninja. So I started from there and worked my way up all the way to fighting for England. I won the English, British, loads of different internationals. I got 3rd in Europe, and my highest rank in the world was 5th in the world. So, you know, I've been through it, and now it's time to kind of educate my younger generation, hence why I've started Elitez Karate Academy, to get them to be more successful than me, which they've got some going to go, you know.
How's that working out?
It's going well. I've been teaching now for about 10 years, and I've had to look around. I wanted to see how my karate academy is going to be the best academy. And I think I had to do some digging and work for a few other companies and work for some karate clubs up and down the country. And this has made me, you know, kind of shape the way Elitez Karate Academy is formed. I mean, our niche is the fact that we start from 3 years old to 6, which is our Little Ninjas class, which is something I had a dream about, and it's something about looking at different countries and how they've got premium athletes and why their athletes are more successful than English athletes. And I think the aim to that is that they start as soon as they can walk. They start. So if they can do that, let's do the same thing. Let's start them from 3 when they can start walking. Let's get the system in place so by the time they get to 6 and they come up to the junior class, they are ready. They are ready to go in. They're not shy. They've got them basic motor skills are ready to start, and that's when we start the belt system from 6 years old. Progressive.
Where does karate originate from?
So we are Shotokan Karate. We're Japanese martial arts, and I've done quite a few different styles actually throughout the years, which has kind of made me more rounded. And this is why I've picked Shotokan, because I think it just had the right dynamics for what I was looking for in my karate club. So you know, I'm very, very passionate about karate and martial arts in general, actually, and I just think what it teaches young people and adults, you know, it's second to none. And it's not just the martial arts and the self-defense you learn. It is everything kind of rounded into one, from, you know, from an adult going into the workplace, from a young child going into school, college, university. These skills that you learn at the club, they will transfer you through to life skills, which is very, very important for me.
I see there's a lot of kids you've got here.
Yes.
If suddenly people watch our show and you get suddenly about 100 kids turning up, how are you going to cope?
Well, you know, as the years have gone, you know, I promote the club and a family club. This is the base. I didn't start karate for money. I didn't start it as a business. I started it for the passion for karate. My whole base was I wanted actually 20 students, and I wanted a world champion. This is what I first started, and obviously it's gone a little bit busy than that. And now we have probably about 120 students coming through the doors a week. We do the contracts for Barking and Dagenham, we do Newham, and we go into all primary schools. We do about 25 primary schools a week as well. So the aim is, you know, we've got different links now, and our aim is just to get bigger and spread the word out. But it's the quality, not the quantity. So yes, we're ready to grow, but it has to be the right instructors. It has to be the right teaching mechanism. It has to be the right people in place. So our team's getting bigger now, and it's not just about throwing any instructor in just because they teach karate. It's about all our instructors have come from an international background. All our instructors have gone through the right system and not got their black belt in a year. All our instructors know the system. We all follow the same
system.
system.
You're also qualified to teach children as well?
All qualified. We do our own teaching system. So we have level 1, 2 and 3 in karate. So we teach them our syllabus, our system, because every martial arts, as you know, it's got a little bit of different elements. So ours is all about consistency. So if you come to this class or a class in East London or a school class, they will follow the same system, but obviously they'll teach in different ways, which is very, very important. But, you know, we're going to grow. Our next step is to go into East London and get a base in East London, which we're actively, you know, looking for at the moment.
Looking for future champions?
Yes, we are. I've probably got about 400 or 500 medals at home, and they're sitting at me, and it makes me think sometimes that, you know, I'm getting a bit too old now for competitions, but my younger ones now, I want them to replicate what I've done and take it further. You know, one regret I never done, I was never world champion. My highest rank was 5th in the world. I got a punch to the face in the last 2 seconds of the fight, or I would have been in the final for the world championships. Yeah, it didn't happen. It was in Serbia and Montenegro. And this is something that I regret, but now it makes me work harder for these students. I mean, I was on the England team from 17. I was on there for 4 years, and I got to travel every 3 months. I've travelled everywhere from New Zealand, Australia, Paris, Malta. I've travelled the world, and it's given me that passion now to say to kids, right, when everyone's out there and your friends are messing around and they're up and down and they're doing, you know, getting into silly trouble, keep your head down, keep focused, get yourself a martial art, get disciplined, because the bigger picture is when they're still doing the same thing, you could be travelling the world, and then you've got yourself a skill. You can be a teacher, you can go into sports, you can go into a school. It's very transferable, which is what we're about.
Chris, fantastic. You're a star, yeah? You're a champion, you're a star, and now you're giving it back to the community. And that's what we're about. We're here to promote community martial arts. You know, we're not even a percent when it comes to the British society, yeah? But if we work together, I think clubs like this are going to grow across the UK and that, yeah? Well done. Keep it up, yeah? Fantastic. Good. Guess what? I've got Mum here now, okay? A very important Mum here, right? And Mum's going to tell us more about herself and how she's been motivating the whole of her family. Mum, tell us.
okay, I don't even know where to start. Let's go back. Christopher's now 29 years old, or 29 next month. He started karate at the age of 4, and the reason I started karate was because he was getting bullied at school. And I kept thinking, okay, I've got a problem with this. What do I need to do to give him some confidence? And the thing was, his stepdad was an actual instructor. But Christopher wasn't actually interested at the time. I say he was 4, and he kept saying, I don't want to do that, I don't like it. But I kept saying to him, come on, let's go to the classes, let's just try this, let's just try this. And he started to do it, and as I say, that was from 4 years old, and he basically got into it. And then what actually happened as the years went by, I kept thinking to myself, well, my partner's out teaching it, my son's out teaching it, I'm not actually seeing anyone, so the only way I'm actually going to do this, I might as well get involved as well. And then literally I started karate.
Wow, and you're brown belt now.
That's right, and really I should have actually gone further than this. I should have actually just stopped. I actually stopped. But I thought to myself, okay, let's just come back into it. But literally just over the years, what I've just done was I've supported him all the way. His stepdad supported him. And it's just something that we believed that we needed to do for him.
How do you think karate has helped to develop the personality?
Christopher was shy. He wouldn't mix. And basically what karate does, it gives you the confidence that it makes, if you don't believe in yourself and you've got a good instructor, they will bring something out of you. And what they saw in Christopher was, with his studies, he wasn't that good. But when you put him into sport, they realised he's actually got a lot of potential. And the more he went on, they said he's actually very good. He can actually fight. And as I say, the more he done the competitions, for the first couple of years, he just got beaten at competitions. But I'm very competitive. And I kept thinking, there's no way this is happening. The more competitions he done for the different clubs and associations he fought for, he just got better and better. I also then, as I say, had a daughter who also does martial arts. As I say, so we're basically a fitness family. Everybody trains. She started training from the age of 2. And I just thought, okay, this is something that he needs to do. And he just kept doing it, he kept doing it, he kept winning. And then the England team started to watch him. He went for the trials, he got into the English team. He's been to so many different countries. He's fought the English, the British, the Worlds, the European, and he's won and he's placed and he's lost teeth. But you know what, it's just one of these things, you need to motivate them. It makes a child have confidence, it makes them believe in themselves. You bring them into this environment, and karate is not like football, it's a very small environment. And so it becomes a family environment. So literally, if you see everybody here, everyone's very close, so they're all used to mum coming in here. I train with him, my daughter trains. Christopher also has taken karate into the schools, in the curriculum for Tower Hamlets, for Redbridge. She teaches for him, I will go out there and teach, and it's just something that I think that we all do for each other.
What do you think about the importance of safety for ladies learning martial arts as well?
I just think, for myself, as a woman, my confidence, I'm not saying if something happened outside, I mostly wouldn't still freeze, but it gives me a lot more confidence when I'm outside. I mean, I train anyway, I train 6 days a week, and it's not just karate, I do, I'm in the gym, but I actually feel for myself a lot more confident when I'm outside. If there's a situation that arises, I will evaluate it, I will look back. I'll just look at situations a lot more different, and I just think a lot of women maybe need to believe in themselves a lot more.
It's not just about the self-defense, it's about those prerequisites, like being aware, having that confidence, risk assessing the situation.
That is one of the things, and you also find that a lot of women, I think a lot of the bigger women, the heavier set women, they don't, they haven't got a lot of confidence. But you know what? Sometimes you need to take away your size. Just look at you as an individual. Come along and try it.
Yeah.
It's a good fitness. It's excellent fitness, but it's the confidence. And things that you'll start to do, you start to kick, you start to punch, you start to, just the fitness element of it. Start to be aware of yourself, doing things for your family. Suddenly you and the kids are training together and you think, I don't think I'd ever be able to do this.
I think also it's managing that stress when you are under attack, right? Because in normal circumstances, when something happens suddenly, you freeze.
Yes.
A natural reaction.
People either freeze or people actually panic, but sometimes you will actually have to look at these situations. And it gives you that, you will still worry inside.
That respite,
and you will, even if you're still thinking, okay, you will look at the situation different and think, okay, how do I evaluate this? What do I do? What do I not do? It might not work out brilliant, but you're still going to try.
I've got to ask you a political question. What do you think politicians can do to help promote martial arts?
I just think that for anybody that's doing any martial arts anyway, they need to bring it in part of the curriculum in the schools. The same way you've got PE and you've got all the different sports. I think that they should just say, the kids nowadays, they're talking about it all the time, they're eating a lot more junk food because it's cheaper, and so they're becoming obese. So they need to promote sport a lot more in the schools, and it's something they need to do. When I was at school, sport was something that we done all the time, whereas now I'm finding They're not trained, they're not as physically fit as what they used to do. And it's because of, say, the food that they're eating. And what they need to do is start to say sport is important. For me, I promote karate and any sort of fitness element. You need to bring it into the school. Parents need to get up and get their kids outside. Instead of sitting at home and watching the TV. Go for a walk in the park, go and run, go and jog, go and take them into the sports centre. Look at what's out there. Come and join Elites.
Mum, you're a star. Last thing, your name.
Samantha Blenman.
Samantha, you're fantastic. You're an inspiration to everyone. Yeah, if everyone had a mum like you, it would be really, really good. Yeah, our streets will be more safe.
I'm trying to do it. It's all about supporting Elites Karate.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Great, excellent. We've got a parent here. Your name is Natasha.
Natasha, yes.
Fantastic. And your girl comes here.
Yes, she's 16.
And she trains here as well.
She does. She comes Tuesday and Saturday.
Fantastic. And what belt she is?
Orange.
Wow, she's moved on to orange belt. Yeah.
She has.
What made you bring her to the karate club here?
Well, I heard about it from a couple of other parents at the school, and I thought, you know, this club sounds like it supports family values and everything, and adults also allowed to train with children on a Tuesday. So I started with her so that we could bond together.
Fantastic. And what do you think your daughter's getting from doing karate?
She's learning discipline, meeting new people, understanding more about her body and how to take care of it and not, you know, overindulge in chocolates and stuff.
That's really good. You're right, and you're proud of her as well.
I am.
What do you think? She might become a future champion?
Yes,
yeah?
she will.
Good. Well, thanks for helping us as well, yeah, right? And we're here to promote the club, and fantastic. Thank
Brilliant.
you.
Thank you.
Well, what can I say, really? I mean, fantastic. You've got a whole family that is promoting martial art in the community, and that's what we've got to be doing. We've got to find ways to actually bring martial art to the community and it's happening here right in Dagenham. Yeah, you got from age of 3 upwards, they're going into competition, and see the motivation and inspiration that we can actually take from mum as well. Yeah, right. She's a brown belt now as well. So once again, you know, watch the space, because we're going to go to many other clubs in East London, up north, and we're going to bring you different diverse styles, and hopefully you'll be part of the martial art community for the UK as well. Thank you very much.